Hello,
We're here.
with
We
no
are here.
viewers, but someone's watching this way later.
Mm-hmm. We
for
have
which
no
we thank
viewers?
you. We have 0. at the
Oh, well,
moment.
I'm not doing the song until we have at least one viewer.
We're just gonna wait until we have our viewer.
Yeah,
Our
this is
fan.
going to be as long as you make it.
Oh, we have viewer. Hi, viewer.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome to Lance and Steven in the morning. Thursday morning.
Thursday morning, 10:30. 1.
That's when we're going to do it. Unless we do it on a different time. It will be Thursday 10:30.
Unless we don't do it this time.
Yeah.
It'll be this time.
Lance and Steven in the morning, Thursdays at 10:30, unless we do it on a different day and time.
That's right. Good morning, Nicole.
Hey, good morning, Nicole. I hear you are now COVID Nicole. Is that true? That's what I've heard. Yeah. How are you feeling? We'll see. We'll see if she responds.
Yeah, she's doing. Yeah, no fun. No rising cases and all that, and it's easier for people to get sick. It's no fun.
No, not fun at all.
Oh, Glenn called her Typhoid Mary. Whoa.
Ouch. That's harsh.
That's so mean. Glad to hear you're feeling good, though.
No, I'm glad you're feeling good. I'm glad you're feeling good.
We won't call you Typhoid Mary.
So no symptoms, or do you have any symptoms, Nicole? What were the things you experienced? I'm curious because I've heard of others who have had COVID, but you are the first that I would say I know you.
She said it made her laugh, but I don't think she means COVID.
No, Typhoid Mary, I think. Yeah.
Strange outbursts of laughter are common with COVID-19. Bit of a headache.
Yeah, I've heard that was one of the symptoms too, that some people have been experiencing, just a headache, right?
Yeah, it kind of seems all over the place, and then for some it's quite serious, and then others it's like I didn't even know I had it. But I mean, that's pretty true of lots of things, I suppose. Like the flu, even some people don't get hit with it quite as hard. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Benjamin. Yeah, lots of close contacts at schools. One of my friends is a substitute teacher, and he says business is booming. If you want to make lots of money, be a substitute teacher. There's lots of demand for you. Good to hear Benjamin's negative, though.
So he's negative. You're positive. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how this dark magic works.
So we have our vaccinations. We're going to go for our vaccinations on Saturday.
Very cool. So Janice is, because she's a nurse.
Because she's a nursing instructor. So she's in this 2C category or whatever, because she does clinical rotations with students.
Okay.
And me, because as a clergy, we got a email from the AHS volunteer services that as clergy, we're considered volunteers at the hospital. So any clergy who are registered through the hospital are eligible too, as far as I can tell. So we signed up to go in, and we're going to do it Saturday. I was initially thinking, maybe I'll wait and whatever, but we'll go in and we'll be the guinea pigs for everybody else. You know, we'll take one for the team. So, you remember that?
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. That's great. That's great news. And I know their goal is to try and vaccinate as many people as possible, and that helps get us out of things sooner. And yeah, so it's good to see that we've got people able to go and do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the Pfizer. I think the Pfizer one is the one we'll be getting there.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, what's
so Lance,
on?
you got some bike troubles, I see.
Yes, we've been enjoying the nice warm weather. We've been so when the weather is nice, I'm always biking. I sold my car a few years back. I don't need a car. We have our main family vehicle, and I live close enough to the church that I can just bike wherever I need to go. And the kids love riding in a bike trailer. So yeah, I've had a few hiccups this season. My bike, which was a gift from the Schlamp family a few years back, so thank you, Schlamps. But the one of the brakes fell off. Quite literally, it detached from the handlebars and fell off. So I just kind of roped it around, and I still have another one, so that worked.
So
But
the
then
cable actually broke through or whatever.
no, it detached from the handlebar. So like it's the thingy, and then it
The
broke.
thingy.
Yeah, the
The brake
technical
thingy
term.
on the handlebar.
Yeah. So it detached, and then I was like, okay, not a big deal. And then the second thing was that my bike trailer that I take my kids out riding in was just falling apart. There's a big rip in the roof. It was a really old one we kind of found, I think, on like Kijiji or something for $20, and it was weird. It was hard to get the kids in, and like the seats were such a way that they sat facing like opposite directions, and it was weird. So then the Plett family then gave us their old bike trailer, which is awesome. So we were joyriding in that yesterday. But then as I was returning home, then I got like my bike tire, the tire itself like split, and so it's like, okay,
That's
time
a
for a new
worn
one.
tire right there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been my experience. So I'm gonna actually go get a new bike today because it's a pretty something I use quite a bit. So
You're going to attempt to get a new bike today.
I'm gonna attempt. Yeah. Supposedly there's a shortage of bikes.
Something to do with the whole shipping debacle in the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
We're getting less bikes here because of that. Weird.
It's a great lesson in how we're all connected.
Yeah. Global trade.
Yeah. Yeah. A butterfly flaps its wings in the Middle East, and Lance can't find a new bike in Canada. That's sort
It's the butterfly effect for bicycles.
I actually believe that's the textbook definition of the butterfly effect. So
okay,
but
that's nice.
don't Google it or quote me on it. But yeah, the weather is nice. People can start going outside a lot more now. I actually got a sunburn on my head from yesterday, believe it or not.
You gotta sunscreen that sucker up.
Yeah, or wear a hat. But I don't know. I just wasn't quite thinking that mid-April was the time of year for me to get a sunburn. So
yeah, it feels like spring. I mean, it's felt like spring has been coming for quite a while here, but I'm boldly declaring spring is here.
Yeah. I mean, we might get another
declaration.
Anything more we get now is just gonna melt right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's 19 degrees it's calling for over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's spring.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And so spring means, getting the gardens ready and the yard cleanup and doing all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Terrence is saying it is spring. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's here. It's here.
Break out the barbecues. I was wearing shorts and flip-flops yesterday too. Man, that felt good.
Yeah, I'm not a northern boy. It's not quite shorts and flip-flop weather for me yet.
Well, I mean, if you ask Liam Sweeney, Terrence's son, all weather is shorts weather. So,
I don't.
and you
I
gotta give
don't.
that guy props. He wears
Yeah,
shorts
I don't get it.
all year.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen kids in our neighborhood out with just the shorts and stuff, and it's like, sorry, I'm not there.
You don't remember being a hot-blooded teen?
No,
All the
no.
hormones coursing through your veins.
Yeah, Terrence says it's always shorts weather. But Terrence would probably die in Florida. Is that correct, Terrence? You would never survive that kind of weather, or California. Because I think that's the thing. Like, because I've had this conversation with Jim George, right? Jim also runs hot blooded, I think.
Mm.
And and Jim would say 20, 23, 24 is it's getting too hot. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? 23, 24 is just getting nice. So
yeah. I handle the cold better than the hot, but this was something we were talking about in my house the other day, which is we in northern Alberta anyway, we do not know what it's like to live in a climate where it's pretty much the same thing all year.
Yeah.
We live in a climate where we are used to the ups and downs of it's hot in the summer and now it's really cold and snowy and then it's dry and warm, and so we're talking about how you really have to so for your wardrobe you have like 4 different types of wardrobes you wear. You have like 2 different like modes that you put your house in, for like one for the winter, one for the summer. But we know people who live in California and places like that, and it's like it's like you can have a pool in your backyard and it doesn't actually cost much to maintain that sucker, because it's you can use it all year, and even like how they build roads and stuff.
You don't need to winterize stuff or whatever, right?
Yeah. But it's interesting. Lived in the Okanagan.
Terrence just has what, internal regulation, or is that how it works? Because
sheer willpower, I would call it.
Sheer willpower.
Like, I will not be too hot right now.
And I will not be too cold. I
feel like Terrence would appreciate that. Yeah, but you have a Newfie phrase for us.
I do.
Sorry, I do have a Newfoundland phrase for us. Kim said that Newfie is offensive. No, it's offensive outside of the presence of.
Well, that's what I was saying last week, but it's weird how that is. But that's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Newfie phrase. What are you after doing now?
What are you after doing now?
Yeah. Now, I mean, that's the Queen's English. What are you after doing now? If it's Newfoundlanders saying, it's what are you after doing now?
What do you have to do now?
What do you have to doing now?
Can you say it faster, Steve?
What do you have to do now?
Yeah, even a little bit faster.
Well, if I say it any faster, then it's something else. But what are you
doing now?
I mean, can't you understand the entomology here, Lance? You should be able to.
I'm trying to work it through. Kim's laughing, so I figure she knows something we don't, or I don't. Well, I mean,
what are you after doing now? What are you
after doing now? I want to say it's like a really long way of saying what are you up to, but I feel like it's not that. I don't know. Does anyone else have guesses? Comment your guesses. What are you after doing now?
I'd love to see the guesses, because as you try to break this thing down logically, you come with all kinds of weird.
No good, no doubt. What?
No good, no doubt. Yeah.
Oh, is that another phrase?
No, that could be a response to what are you after doing now?
Oh, what? So now I'm even more confused. So someone says, "What are you after doing now?" And then a proper response would be, "No good, no doubt."
That's an appropriate response. It's not necessarily the response, but it's an appropriate response to that question.
What are you doing
What
later, Nicole
what are you
says?
doing later?
Is it, yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, what are you up to? No.
you're you're gonna laugh when you hear what it is
It's
because
not gonna make any sense at all. It's not gonna make any sense.
yeah, Joy. It's so because it's so funny because we grow up and we never think twice about what do these words mean.
Right.
We just understand the phrase. It's almost like instinctual. You grow up with it and you just understand the phrase. But when you sit down and break it out, it actually makes no sense how these words are strung together. So let me try to explain it to you.
Okay.
What are you after doing now basically means what have you done?
What have you done? That doesn't make any
Like,
sense.
like, and in the sense of, there's a slight implication there that you're always up to some kind of trouble or up to, you know, you're clumsy or whatever. There's always some kind of an implication that you've got a track record of doing certain things that aren't necessarily have great outcomes.
Mm.
And so it's what are you after doing now? What have so
What have you done?
so for Janice, a great example. Janice, I say she's got like depth perception, something going on. She's always dropping something or banging something against something or whatever. And I just say, yeah, I think you got a depth perception issue going on. And so I would hear a bang come from the kitchen, and my response was, "What are you after doing now?"
And then she would say, "No good, no
Oh,
doubt."
I broke the glass, or I whatever, you know. What are you thinking of doing later? No, it's what have you just done?
What have you just done? Wow, that's interesting.
What are you
So,
after doing now?
so then, what would be the official response to that?
There's no official response. You just
Oh,
the past tense of save being sove. Yeah.
is that a
Yeah.
new thing?
Yeah, that could be a Newfie thing. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Past tenses, so I like that.
and
Wow.
so Janice phrase, and I mean, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but Janice would say the past tense of like beat. So I beat you at a race, or I beat you at a game of hockey. I bet you.
I bet you.
That would be
I
past
get that.
tense.
That makes
I
sense.
bet
Yeah.
you. Yeah. But I think that might be just her. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Wow, what a rich culture.
But I'm nervous because I was driving Julie to school this morning, and this guy was making a right turn at the lights, and he slowed up, and he kind of did this looking to the side, staring at us as he's driving. He's just staring at us, like turns his head, the fool, like staring. And I just, let the newfie kind of come out of me for a second. And I said, buddy, lo, having a gawk. And
Buddy, but say it again.
buddy, lo, having a gawk.
Buddy having a gawk.
No, buddy, law, having a gawk.
Buddy law
Yeah.
having a gawk. What does the law mean?
Like, look at that guy. Look, it's like a short for look.
Oh, so buddy law, like your daughter is the buddy.
No. The guy in the truck is the buddy.
Oh, buddy law.
Buddy law, having a gawk. and Julie looks at me and she's like, what? And I said, buddy, having a gawk. And she said, what do you mean? What do you, I said, he was staring at us. He was having a gawk at us. And she was like, I don't know. I don't know. I've ever heard that. And oh my goodness, child, you've been away from Newfoundland too long. You're losing it. You're losing it. You're not understanding.
She's from away now. She's from away now.
She's from away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm no longer able to communicate on that level to my daughter.
Is it sad watching your cultural roots disappear from succeeding generations?
Oh, just being into the cultural melting pot.
Yeah, you're being slowly assimilated into whatever it is we are here.
This is not a mosaic anymore, Lance. As much as they wanted Canada to be a mosaic, I fear it's actual melting pot now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go around saying "Buddy La having a gawk," and no one knows what you're saying. But here's the true tragedy, though: is we've said this before: is we love our Newfoundland brothers and sisters. Yeah. You guys are a good bunch of people. So yeah, it makes me kind of sad to see. I would hate to see your culture disappear.
Yeah.
You need to go back to the island for like a week or two and just recharge and then bring it back.
And I think that's true, because I think you go back for a couple of weeks vacation and then you come back here and people immediately say, oh, you were in Newfoundland. Like you get it all comes back. The accent, the lilt, all of it just comes back.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you got to expose your kids to more of their heritage.
Yeah. So we're way past I guess the Newfie phrase was our reveal. Was it a 15-minute?
Yeah, we didn't really have a fun one today.
No fun reveals. Does anybody have a fun reveal? Have you discovered anything interesting in your forays into the World Wide Web? Or I saw you posted an interesting picture the other day while you were doing your yard cleanup, Lance.
Oh yeah. Wonder if I can pull that up. Yeah, I was enjoying picking up some dog poop in my yard because I don't pick it up during the winter because who has time for that? Yeah, let's see if I can share this for everyone to see. There you go. That's me in a big old bag of dog poop.
A big old bag of dog crap.
Yeah, it was nasty, but it's done. My yard is clean now. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Now you can walk around and avoid those landmines.
Yeah. Nothing worse than, especially biking, where you roll through it and you have, the poop stuck to it. And if you don't notice it, and then it does that thing where when the back tire flings it to your back, and then you have wet, smelly dog poop on your backside. Yes, you're right, Nicole. That was a lot of dog poop. That's a whole winter's worth.
A whole winter's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's my fun reveal.
That's your fun reveal for the day. That's what you were doing.
That's right. Now, we made a commitment, Steve, that we wanted to try to be under 30 minutes.
We did. And
so we have some announcements.
We wanted to talk about some CFA stuff before we say goodbye.
Let's do that.
Mother's Day is coming up.
Yes. Mother's
in less than a month.
Yeah.
And
a special time of year.
And you're speaking on Mother's Day.
Yes, I am. Yeah, which I mean, for me is always like, who am I to dare to think that I know what mothers need to hear on Mother's Day. Like I'm so blind to the needs and the amazingness of mothers. You know what I mean? Like I feel unqualified to speak on such a day, but I'm trying. So
Well,
I
I don't know.
actually have
You had a pretty good reenactment of the beginning act of motherhood there in your last sermon.
reenacting childbirth. Yeah, that's more for a wow factor. I don't know how actually accurate that is. I don't think I did justice to.
Can I say that was one of the most enjoyable moments I've ever had watching your sermons? Like,
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, um. Oh, we got a comment here. Pair of pigeons that lay 2 eggs. Wow, that's
Pigeons.
awesome. Wow.
I've noticed more and more pigeons, and I don't know if it's that. Are there more pigeons around, or is it just that it's going through? But I felt like last summer there seemed like there was a lot of pigeons around, and I never really noticed it before.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But so I do have a question for moms. I would love to hear your comments as I prepare my sermon. So you can message me on Facebook or send me an email or anything like that. It's easy enough to do just through social media, even. But just the questions are: what has been challenging for you during these times? And second question: what do you wish people understood more about what you have to deal with as a parent, as a mom? So yeah, I'd love to just hear what moms are experiencing as I prepare my message. So that's my thing.
Mm. Yeah, so we encourage the moms out there. If you're listening now, if you listen to this later the week or over the weekend sometime, because I mean, who has time 11 o'clock on a Thursday morning to just goof around like we do, right? I mean,
Other than
other than us. So if you pastor a church somewhere and you're, um, we want to hear from you. We want to. Lance wants some of your input to help him
yeah.
as he's crafting his message for Mother's Day to make it more meaningful for the moms, which is great. It's a great way to get involved. And I think I love what we've been, as we're navigating COVID restrictions and all that. It's forced us to be more present online in different ways. And I love the opportunities we get to be able to interact more and to hear your feedback, your things, so that we can integrate that more into where we want to go in messages and sermons, so that it's more relevant and pertinent.
Yeah.
And of course, there's still going to be times we're going to preach what you don't want to hear, but that's because we don't always get to hear. Sometimes we got to hear the things we don't want to hear, but we need to hear, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a great avenue. And we wanted to talk about some ministry opportunities. We talked a bit briefly last week about it. And so there's ministry opportunities coming up with VBS coming up in July. We're hoping to be able to run our VBS again. It's going to look a little different than previous years, but we're still going to need crew leaders and people to help with preparing decorations and setup and stuff like that for props and setups, and help people to do some videography and video editing up front before VBS even starts. So we're looking for some people with a little bit of technical ability. So if that's you, reach out to us, drop us an email, send us a message here. We would love to be able to get you involved. And Kim had sent out a message, I think yesterday or maybe the day before. They're looking for boxes that can be decorated basically to look like shipping containers and shipping things to use for some of the designs. So if you have cereal boxes or cracker boxes or things like that, we're looking for boxes. So save your boxes and bring them to the church, and we're going to use them for some of those decorations and set designs.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And I think Debbie also was looking for some help with some fundraisers for Bolivia. She's got some unique and interesting ideas. And so you can check out our Facebook page here to find out more about that. And if you're able to help, drop her a line. She'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Or go to our website, cfachurch.ca. I think lots of this you can see on there too. Or really anything we're doing, I think you can see on the website.
Yeah. And I mean, the cool thing about this is that there's, you say, hey, I want to be involved in different ways, but I don't know what that could look like. There's some unique ways to get involved, this year and in the coming weeks that maybe are not necessarily traditional ministry kind of things of what you think of, but some unique ways that you can help out and get involved. And we would love that. And yeah.
Debbie, this Facebook user has a few bags already ready for you.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool that if you're someone who's like, I want to help, but man, I don't want to have to be like taking the lead on like managing groups of people or having to like super interact with other people, which I get. I mean, I'm that person too. The behind the scenes stuff we have available for people to do there's quite a bit of it actually. The tech stuff, lots of that is quite behind the scenes, and that's really appealing to a lot of people. So yeah, that's you. Lots of ways to get involved. Yeah.
Hey, Marcello's back again this week watching.
Yeah.
Nice to have you with us.
Oh, awesome. He's offering his services too.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And here's the cool thing with this is with the technology today, like this is actually possible. We could send Marcello a file that he could edit.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy when you think about that,
Yeah. All the way in Bolivia. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, where the butterfly flaps its wings in Bolivia, and
we get a VBS video in Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Yeah, and Lance's bike is still broken. No, I'll get a new one today. It'll be good. Yeah. So, yeah, we can't be at less than 30 minutes, guys.
We get talking. It's like, it's so funny because we came in today, said, what are we going to talk about? We got a couple of ideas. I think that can get us 30 minutes. We definitely can talk about almost anything. So here's a fun thing we could throw out. If there's things you want to hear us talk about, what kind of interesting conversation paths would you like to hear Lance and Steven go down in future? Drop us a line and let us know. Hey, we want to hear you talk about bread or whatever.
Or deeply invasive personal things.
I don't, that might make me uncomfortable, but I'll still try.
I don't know. Depends on what it is, I guess.
Yep. Anything. Whatever crazy ideas, or maybe not crazy ideas.
Yeah. Well, that's really sweet, Marcello. I'm glad. It's nice to see you commenting. Yeah. So yeah, drop us a line, let us know what we can do and talk about that will entertain you, and we'll do that. That's all this is we're just trying to entertain and make you feel part of the community. So
yeah, we're just trying to lighten your week a little bit. There's a lot of heavy lifting that has to happen in our weeks, and we just wanted to try to lighten your week a little bit and have a little bright spot to look forward to.
Yeah. So I guess that's it, Steve. All 35 minutes. We should call her good. So.
Yep. You bring us out.
Okay. Lance and Steven in the morning. 11:05.
11:05. Have a great weekend, everybody. Weather here is going to be great in Grand Prairie.
Get out there, get some sunburn on you, and we'll catch you next week, next Thursday, same time.
All right.